All right, for more on this Dallas Stars Game 3 victory, they're up 2-1 in the series, and our Winnipeg Bureau Chief John Lu's on the road with the Jets in Dallas. Great to see you, buddy. We got to talk about that controversial goal call in the third period. Lengthy review, well over 5 minutes. They determined that Connor Hellebuyck put the puck into his own net after a kicking motion, resulting in a good goal. Now, John, my question for you is, how did the Jets react to the explanation, and how did they react to the ruling?
Yeah, well, Jay, Scott Arniel clearly did not agree with the assessment. He said he used the word propelled. That was what was told to him by the on-ice official, that the puck, once it that the admission was that it was a kicking motion off of Alex Petrovic's skate. However, what the official said that told Scott Arniel was that Connor Hellebuyck propelled the puck into his own net. And that is what legitimized the goal, because if you look at the ruling, if a puck is kicked and it deflects off a goalie, then it is not considered a goal. So the fact that the on-ice officials in the situation room deemed that it was a kick and then that Connor Hellebuyck played the puck, as in propelling it into his own net, that, in their view, is what legitimized the goal. Scott Arniel clearly didn't agree with it. Of course, Pete DeBoer did, and so that was that. But I'll tell you, though, Jay, that the fans in the building here, they were getting pretty ticked off, that they started booing because the review was waiting, or that it was taking so long. And, you know, it's like when the review started, the in-game people here in Dallas started playing Freebird, and Leonard Skinner's classic of 9 minutes and 10 seconds elapsed before the ruling came down. So that line, if I leave here tomorrow, well, Jay, at one point we thought that we might be leaving the building on Monday because it was taking so long.
I'm glad. I love your knowledge of song lengths of rock classics. That's really come into play in a big way in your career, my friend. So then less than a minute later, Mikko Rantanen scores his league-leading 9th goal of the playoffs. In a way, you know, the Jets were still very much in that game, but that Rantanen goal ends up being kind of the final nail in the coffin, doesn't it?
Yeah, and you know what? It's very conspicuous. At that point, Mikko Rantanen with a goal and 2 assists. That now makes 6 points in the 3 games in this series so far. Pretty conspicuous, but the Jets were considering the fact that the goal that ruled against them was a momentum shift. They didn't say that the length of the review and the fact that it went against them affected their game. Having said that, the Rantanen goal, you saw it, a turnover at the offensive blue line, transition by the Stars, and then their superstar walks Dylan Sandberg, roofs it past a screen Connor Hellebuyck, and that was essentially the dagger. But up until that point, or until the disputed goal, Scott Arniel said that they liked their game. Coming out of the second period tied 2-2, the fact that they fought back from a pair of 1-goal deficits, Connor Hellebuyck was playing exceptionally well. A couple of really 5 alarm bell saves at high danger in the second period, in the second half of that period, that kept the Jets in the game, tied at 2. It's just that bad luck, a really crazy moment that'll be talked about and debated for a long time, went against them, and then you saw the end result. But the Jets did like their game up until that point, so that's, hey, they got to just park that one, flush it, and get back at it 2 days from now.
Yeah, you said it, buddy. They can't think about it too much. They'll try to even the series Tuesday night back in Dallas, and we will talk to this guy right after that Game 4. This is John Lu, our TSN Winnipeg Bureau Chief.